Welcome to the Viking Horn. My name is Sanj, and we are here with the cast members of The Little Mermaid.
I'm Madeline Ranieri.
I'm Lily McGoldrick.
And I'm Chan Yu.
So we have our Ariel, our Sebastian, and one of our mermaids? Yeah, and one of our mermaids. So let's just get right into it. So kind of starting off, how did you guys kind of get into acting and singing in theater to begin with?
Well, fun story. All three of us were in the Palatine Park District shows. So we joined the Palatine Park District. I personally, my friend, she goes here, but I'm not going to name drop because she doesn't do theater at all anymore. But she was like, hey, we're doing this show and I don't want to be alone. Can you do it with me? And I was like, oh my God, fine, whatever. I didn't even like theater. I was like, this is stupid. Don't think that anymore. But I went in and I got caught. I don't know. It was just like crazy. I was like, oh, I really like this. And then I kept doing it that was in 5th grade. So it's been like, 6 years now?
Yeah, wow, that's really crazy.
I know, it's a little bit of a long time.
Yeah. What about you guys? You guys have like an origin story, kind of?
I mean, yeah, mine's not that interesting, but I just really liked dancing and singing when I was little. I used to like watch a lot of movies with my dad, and then my mom just like randomly signed me up for a show because like she's like, you like doing this, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then I did it, and then they were like, you should keep doing it.
Do you remember like what that show was? Like what that?
I think my first show was the 12 Angry Pigs, which is like
okay,
that was mine too.
Like a
really?
spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Were
like
you guys in the same show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I was not.
Okay.
No, my first show was Willy Wonka.
Oh. Okay, that's so fun. And like how have you seen yourself kind of grow from how you've like in the 3 Little Pigs and Willy Wonka? Now you're like in this moment of The Little Mermaid in high school, and for you, I know it's your senior year, and for your sophomore, junior, and you're also a junior. How does that feel, kind of like coming from that moment to here?
Yeah, it's like really exciting.
Exciting?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like because I've gotten to know the community so much better, like the people, and just like everything in general, like I like value the time here much more now than before.
Yeah.
Well, for one, I like discovered that like I want to do this for a living. Like I discovered like this is what I want to continue in the future. But I think like the biggest thing was like, you go from this, how old are you in 5th grade? Like 11-year-old who's like, I get to be on stage and get attention and my parents get to watch me, to like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm diving into who my character is. Because like my 5th grade, I wasn't thinking about who Willy Wonka was.
Yeah.
I was just singing the songs. And so like, it's definitely weird, like if I went back in time and was like, hey, you're going to be trying to read into who Ariel is as a person,
yeah,
and like marking on your script like, oh, she feels like sad here because of this, she'd be like, girl what? So I think that's definitely like the biggest stark contrast of it. But like, yeah, just the realization and like the growth of like, you can do this and you can like grow to like continue to do this was like, yeah.
Do you guys kind of see your own personality shine through in some of your characters as well? Like, in any like moments or spots that the audience can look for during the show?
I think it's definitely fun to like add little bits of yourself into the character. Atina, which is the mer's sister I play, is like really sassy and like she's always being really like funny and like these little quips. So I think it's really fun to like kind of feel her character a lot and bring out like my own sass into it.
Yeah, I actually love that. Do you guys have like certain moments in the show that you're like, watch out for this, because this is like not just my character, but this is also me kind of like shining through?
Oh God.
Well, I'm kind of like the opposite of my character.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, because my Sebastian's a very like anxious. I guess I am anxious actually, but like I don't like express it, Like,
yeah.
He expresses a lot of like his anxieties and like his fears, and like when he's joyful, he's very over expressive.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm very like a monotone kind of person, so it's like trying to like figure out how to play this character is also like a really good challenge, I feel like, and I think trying to improve on that, just everything is
Yeah. Have you found yourself like challenged by kind of stepping out of your comfort zone into like a character that's so different from you?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is silly, but with a lot of, if you go see Little Mermaid, you'll and you hear this, you'll be like, oh, this is what she's talking about when she's singing this song. But like for a lot of characters, it's really important that you do separate yourself from the character. So you're like, this is Ariel and this is Madeline. But for part of your world, I take the and I talked to my director about this. I was like, hey, is it weird to sing about this if it's not what she wants? And so for part of your world, it's like the I want song, which in like a lot of shows is like known as like the big song, or like part of your world is like the Little Mermaid song, or one of them. Under the Sea is also the Little Mermaid song. But with that, you get a lot of interpretation of your character, and you get to play with that. And this is so embarrassing, but when she sings like I want to be where the people are, I want to see them dancing, all her verses and stuff, she wants to discover this. Like I sing about what I want to do. Like I want to be where the people are. I want to go to New York. I want to be where the Broadway people are. I want to if you go see the show, you'll be able to like, I think it adds another layer of connection, because you definitely see like, oh, she's really singing about what she wants right now. And so, hey, little tears come out sometimes, but yeah, you just get really in with the character, and then you finish the song and you're like, okay, relax. But yeah.
No, yeah, so there's like a bit of like imagery going on in your mind of like, kind of like connecting your own life.
Oh yeah.
That.
Yeah, you look at those stage lights shining above you, making you sweaty, and you're like, if I look down right now, I want to see like a crowd full of people just like entranced by this.
No, yeah.
So like, yeah.
So I believe this is your second lead in a musical or like play over the past 4 years. How does that feel? Like, how do you feel about as like an underclassman and also as an upperclassman now, like taking on a bit of like a leading role in such big productions?
It's definitely like very, very, like I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so like just like happy that I'm able to like be recognized, to like share my like my joy and like my love for this stuff. I think I definitely did not handle it as well as I wanted to, and over the summer was like the first ever like big lead role that I had with like a big show, like a huge amount of people in it. And I remember it was the day of the show, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. So I was at home, I took 5 baths.
Okay.
And multiple times I just sat in the bath and I just ran the entire show.
Oh
like I got
gosh.
water all over the place because I was doing my little dance moves. But yeah, it was definitely like, I think I'm grateful for that summer experience, because that really taught me like, okay, this is how you have to pace yourself, and this is how you have to like look when you're like in that light, and you need to like, that whole thing. So it was definitely like, I'm very thankful that Ariel is not my first lead role, because she doesn't get a break. So
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
definitely like very much a lot, but it's also so rewarding. Like you get to do that bow, and you're like, oh yes.
Agreed. Chan, like, how do you feel kind of like this is one of your first times coming in as like a lead role? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, there's actually like gonna be like a lot more pressure.
Yeah.
'Cause, like a lot of the things you do will determine how the show will like be seen by the audience. So yeah, it is really nerve-wracking. But I gotta keep like repeating everything over and over, just like that repetition. And like not just repetition, but like that correct repetition with the right tone, the right voice. If I keep doing that, like makes me feel a little bit less nervous. But yeah, the fact that I get to like work with so many people and just be able to show my voice, show my dance to so many people with my lead role, I think that's like a very amazing thing for me.
And Lily, you said like in your ensemble, how I know over the summer or maybe in the beginning of the semester you played a lead role in Little Women. How's that kind of transition into like supporting like the other leading members of this musical?
Yeah. So the Mer Sisters is a really fun part, because you're one of like 6 of the different girls, so it's been fun to like act in a group, and that's a very big difference from when you're acting either just like you on stage saying a monologue or something like that, because it's really fun to get to feed off of each other's energy and work with each other and interact with each other. So that's something I really like about being in an ensemble or being in a supporting group of characters, because you can just like work off of each other, and it makes the energy even higher for me personally.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun because we have a song where it's just like basically us having fun the whole time.
Yeah.
And just like dancing in our little sleepover. And so it's great because I get to work with some really great people.
Oh, I love that so much. Do you guys have any advice for any like underclassmen that are kind of like starting off in like the theater world, or like starting in like the Fremd Theater? Do you guys have any advice for them?
Yeah, so I did a lot of things like my freshman year while I was trying to do theater at the same time. Like I was doing sports and I was like doing things outside of school. And yeah, like those things just like keep mounting on you and you get so stressed out, especially with like homework, and you're like new to the school, so like everything's just so different. But like if you really like organize yourself, maybe like take off a few things, then it's gonna get easier. And I think Fremd Theater is like a really good community, and because it's such a big variety of things you can do, like tech, backstage, there's just so many things you can do in theater. Everything just works together and it's so organized together. I think it's like a really good thing to be a part of. So if you decide to do theater, I think it should be like, one of your priorities. It's something that, I should have done my freshman year, but I took on too much. I feel like that stressed me out a little.
One of my like biggest things I always say to underclassmen, or is just my advice for underclassmen, is especially in theater, never make yourself smaller. It's really important in theater to be big and be your whole self. And if there's anyone that's making you want to feel smaller or make yourself less than you are, it's really important in theater to just be your full self and just put out everything you can into the world.
Yeah.
I've found that like I follow this advice like myself, but I didn't even know it was advice. But if I had to have one, I would definitely say go for it. Like even if it's I've been in music for like over a decade now. Ew. That's weird. But like every single thing that I've like achieved has been because of like I went for it, so like solos, go for it and you might get it. Parts, go for it and you might get it, all that stuff. And like I could like ramble about this forever, but like long story short, my dad went here in the 80s and they were doing Hello Dolly. And my dad doesn't do theater at all. He's an engineer. He is not in the arts at all. And he did theater his sophomore year just because he wanted to like see the other side of it. Like because he did basketball here. He was not at all like part of this. But he joined the Hello Dolly ensemble. And he was like, it made me discover that theater's not for me, but he did really, really like doing it. So like if anybody's listening and they're like, I have an open slot, if you're not doing a sport or if you're not in a club or anything, try it out, go for it, just do it. Because you might find a best friend, or you might find like you really like doing this. I didn't want to do theater when I started out, but I just did it.
Yeah. When did you kind of realize that you wanted to do theater in like past high school?
Okay. So last year at this time, there's this thing called the All-State Musical, and it's basically every single person in high school in Illinois can audition for this. And I want to say it was like out of 400 auditioners, for 30 got in, and I was one of 30. And I remember during this audition, I was like, if I don't get into this, at the time I'd been doing theater for like 8 years. So I was like, if I don't get into this, I need to stop and totally like 180 it and go for law or go for something academic. And so I was auditioning for this, and it wasn't just an audition for a show, it was an audition for the rest of my life. So I was so freaked out. I was like, if I don't get in the show, it's going to prove that I can't do it. And I remember exactly where I was. I remember exactly where they were. I was in my bed reading a book, and I get a text from this girl, and it says, I still have it on my phone, hey, it's Brittany, one of the producers of The Prom, which is the show that Allstate did at that time. Do you have time to call or FaceTime? And I through my book. I opened up my phone and said, oh my god, I'd love to FaceTime, don't even worry. I take my hair out of a bun, I put on a nice shirt, I set it up. My hands are like shaking at this point. They were at Oakbrook Mall for some reason. They were grabbing food or something. This was the producers, the direct, like the whole board of like, I want to say like 5 or 6 people. And they answer the phone. They go, it was so cheesy, but long story short, they were like, will you go to prom with us as Kaylee, who was a named ensemble member? And I bawled. I went, yes, of course, I'll go to prom with you.
Oh my gosh.
I remember hanging up. I stand up and I walk. My house has this little like balcony on it over the staircase. I walk up. I go to my mom. I won't say the bad word, but I just got into the prom. My dad wasn't home. She rushed. She goes, oh my. A lot of swear words were involved. I won't say them. She was, oh my god. So that was the moment, like, I knew that I liked it, and I knew that it was fun to do, but that was the moment where I was like, oh, you're kidding. Like, this, I have a chance at this. So,
That's
like,
such a core memory.
It's so ingrained in my mind. I know exactly, I remember what setting my lights were on.
Oh my gosh.
Like, my LED lights, like, oh my gosh. And, it changed, oh my god, that show changed my life. Like, I remember, it wasn't even closing night. It was the first... It was opening night. It was the first show we had. We were doing bows, and I bow, and I look up, and I bawled.
Aww.
I was like, I don't want this show to be over. It's just a mess. I was like, all right, girl. But, yeah, that show really solidified it. I was like, all right. All right.
That's like so like heartfelt. Like a
Girl, I just
wholesome
teared
moment.
up. Like,
Yeah,
ew, I should not be crying over this. But, yeah, that one always gets me.
oh my god, I love. And you guys aren't planning on doing theater in like past high school, right? Or I know you're a junior and like you're almost committed.
Mm-hmm.
And are you guys kind of like thinking about continuing that as a sort of like club or intramural activity in college? Or also like what like have you taken away from theater that like although you're not majoring in theater or like gonna fully continue it past high school, what is something that you'll take away once you graduate Fremd?
So I want to go into psychology.
Okay.
So I think theater is going to really help with that because, like, you know, in psychology you need to like, know how to, you know, understand people. And, like, if I want to play a character, I have to understand that character really well. So I have to, like, understand when this character is mad and, like, when this character is sad and how would they feel during that time. And just, like, you know, repetitively keep like thinking about that, I think really helped me, you know, understand people better. And so that won't just help me with psychology. I think that'll also help me with like how I make friends at college or just like in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also not only that, but like I said before, theater is such like a versatile thing. So I haven't been like a crew member. However, from cast, it helped me improve like my singing. Because I keep dancing, that also kind of like, you know, gives me a little bit more cardio.
Mm-hmm.
Memorization also, you know, that's a big thing in school.
Yeah.
So that helps me too. Yeah, but yeah, theater is just like because it's so like, you know, so much of just like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it was just helpful all around.
Yeah. And Lillian, I know you're a senior, so this is kind of like
Yeah.
one of your last plays and moments. So what's kind of like your big takeaway over the past 4 years?
A lot of it has just been the people is definitely a big part of it. There's some people that I never thought I would ever meet and get to be like close with, like some of my best friends. That's like a really big part because theater is a very vulnerable place because you're like putting your whole self out there. You're singing, you're acting, you're dancing, like all of your talents out there. So it can be really stressful and really hard, but when you do find those people that will be with you through everything, and especially in theater when it's your most vulnerable, it's really a big important part. And like Chan was saying about just like it's gonna really help with relationships in the future and just that understanding of people.
Yeah. Okay. And I just kind of have one last fun question to close everything up. What is kind of one like superstition or something you have like right before a show or like an opening night? Do you guys have you guys like think about this for a second, because I know it's like, because some people might not have one, or like some people might like jump on their like right foot 3 times?
This one started in Footloose, which was my freshman musical. With every single character that I do, it's like a not really noticeable thing, but like it's special to me. I always have something to do with hair.
Okay.
So like when I take my bow, usually is when it is. Sometimes you can't, because like sometimes you have a 6-inch long braid going down, but you know you can like play with that. But my signature bow, whenever I do my little fun sassy characters, I do a little shuffle and then I bow it. So that's always my little superstition, is just like, good job, do your little fluff, and then go down. But I don't know if that'll happen with Ariel, but it'll definitely be some sort of this moment. But yeah, that's always my thing. It's just hair.
Oh, okay, wait, that's so cute. I love that. Do you guys have something kind of similar? Or I know, Chan, you're not like probably gonna
Are you a
do
hair
that.
fluffer? Are you a hair fluffer?
No, but I don't know when I started doing it, but I don't think it's really much of a superstition, but I like skip off stage.
Oh, okay.
After bows. I don't know why,
Aw.
but yeah, I've been doing that. Yeah, I think that's just like something I do repetitively, and like I guess it helps me to feel more calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a little like celebration after.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
He's jumping for joy.
Yeah.
I don't have any like really superstitions or anything like that. I just a lot of times like when I'm nervous before shows, like some people will have their superstitions, but like usually I'll just like talk to people, and that's like kind of my thing that chills me down.
Yeah.
When there's not really anything, so just like putting that out of my brain and like talking to my friends helps with that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much for sitting with me today. Make sure to go see The Little Mermaid. Do you guys have a date for when?
Yeah, April 24th to the 26th.
Yes,
Tickets are
24th.
out.
Yeah, tickets are out now. Go and purchase.
Jenna.